Name me all the Islamic country you can raise a Palestinian or Iraqi flag into. You can walk Parliament Square and raise Palestinian flag here. We are not going to take bullcrap. Look how hypocritical it is now. Everybody's sailing a boat to English Channel. Why haven't I heard anybody on the desert to Saudi Arabia? You have the right to respect the British authority and the law here. You come here, you owe yourself a life here. You abide by the constitution of the law here. If you don't like it, go home. The life they can't live in their own country, they think they can come here and destroy people to live it here.
What does it say when migrants from Islamic countries choose Christian nations over their own for refuge? In this intense exchange, Orlando presses a powerful question. If Islamic nations share your faith, why aren't they your sanctuary? This debate dives into the heart of migration, faith, and freedom, and it's bound to challenge assumptions. Stick around, because what's said next might just flip your perspective.
Hey, Muslim. How are you? The same thing.
Sorry, my coffee. No, go.
I saw a video of you. I want to have some discussion about it.
What about this discussion?
I saw a video speaking to Muslims, like Iraqi guy, and you told him, why don't you go back to Iraq or
Yes.
something?
Yes.
Even though he's British.
We never discovered that he's British.
Huh?
He never told me he's British.
Okay, are you aware that Britain and America destroyed Iraq?
In what way?
I mean,
Politics out.
No, don't say politics.
No. What passport? No.
That's why you don't want to talk about it.
No politics.
It's now 2003.
No, we can have a discussion.
Yes. 2003.
Yes.
America and Britain and NATO countries invade Iraq based upon pure lies.
Yes.
And what they did to the country, they destroy it.
Yes.
If I come and destroy your house, if I come to destroy your house, then you come to my house to stay in, you have the right because I destroy your house.
You don't.
No,
you don't.
Okay, do I have a right to destroy your house?
No.
Okay, if I destroy your house, what I'm doing? Oppression.
Well, you have the right to do anything.
I have a right. I'm asking, is it oppression?
No. What is oppression?
Okay.
What is oppression? Or you oppress somebody?
Wait. So invading people's countries and killing children.
What is that invasion?
Okay, invasion, like Tony Blair openly came out, and Bush openly, and likewise the Prime Minister who came after Tony Blair, Gordon Brown, all of them admit openly they invade Iraq based upon lies.
Yes.
Are you allowed to invade people's countries?
No, but can I answer you now?
You answer me.
So is it not the problem of the British public or the British government?
British public, British government.
No, but what does British public have to do with it?
Brother, who's running the country?
Sorry. Who sent the government to Iraq?
Okay, the government, listen. Who are the governments?
No, people are part of the government.
No, who are the governments?
People are part of the government.
Okay, is the army part of the government?
I beg your pardon?
Is the army part of the government?
Yes.
Okay, are the
Who
army...
sent them? Who sent them?
Wait, before
who sent them?
So therefore, your logic doesn't make any sense.
No.
Allow me to finish.
Yeah, you finished and I talk. You finished and I talk.
According to your logic, therefore, white Americans, they have a right to ask the black people in America to go back to Africa, even though we know the white Europeans and Americans came and enslaved and destroyed the African countries and took their resources.
But Arabs were doing it too. Arabs were doing it too. Arab nation was doing it. Your Arab nation was doing it. No. If you're going to touch one, touch everybody. Touch everybody. Touch everybody. No. Stick with everybody. Everybody across the road. No. You're doing it too.
When it comes to the Arabs, he's telling the Iraqi and other Muslim country, Muslims, go back to your country.
No. Sanjay, ask me why I told him that. Ask me why, where the conversation came from.
There's no why to someone.
Yes, sir. Can I say now? And I said for the benefit of the public here.
Go on.
Now, in spite of what took place in your country, on the behalf of any foreign government, hear me carefully, you choose to leave the land of where you're birthed.
Are you choose?
Let me finish.
No, don't say choose.
Can I finish? Let me finish. If you're going to let me finish. Okay. This is not BBC public talk. We're talking.
No way. Last week, Sam.
This is CNN.
This must be CNN.
I'm defending Islam. Yeah.
What Islam? You're defending Islam or politics? What are you doing? What is he defending? Islam or politics? I don't know. What is it? What is this?
He's smiling.
If you're going to read, because I can't do this thing.
I'm defending Iraqi now. And then this person. You see what Shamsi does? Alhamdulillah. Anyway, the Iraqis.
Listen to me. Are you, when you finish and I speak after.
Brother, don't
okay?
lie. Brother,
I said, when you
people
finish
here,
speak,
the
forget the
Iraqis-
people, me and you
No,
talking.
No, the people here. The people
Come on,
here.
this lecture thing
The
now.
Iraqis
Lecture
in
stuff.
2003,
I don't really, what is it?
They left freely or
What
they
is
were forced to leave.
The problem is, you know,
They were forced to leave. I'm speaking to you, they were forced to leave.
Sorry, are you finished now? Are you finished now?
No, some of them.
I think a lot of them here are the illegal immigrants.
Are you finished now?
So the thing is, what
No
you're
one
saying
said, yeah,
is,
they were forced to leave.
when they come in the UK, they
Let me
start to do.
let me finish. Let me finish what I'm saying.
I can't believe
Okay.
it, brother.
I'm going to tell you what I mean, and I'll stand by what I mean, and I'll stand by what I say.
No, some of them were forced to
Okay.
leave. But the thing is, when them come in the UK, they start to do bad things and start to give
Brother,
Islam
don't catch
a bad reputation.
No, yes, no. Yes, that's the bad things. That's the bad things.
Okay, wait.
Don't correct nothing, my friend. Don't correct
Brother,
nothing.
you don't want-
Don't correct nothing. Thank you very much.
Shams, you know.
Thank you very much.
Let me see.
He talk about Islam
Brother, let me
and
speak.
good things.
Yeah.
And you want to listen to him.
No,
But some of them
Brother,
come and start to do bad
the British
things.
people when they went there,
There we
the
go.
British people when they went there,
Yeah.
were they doing good things or bad things?
With who?
When the British and the Americans and the Europeans invaded Iraq, not all of them, because some of them, I believe, they had good intention.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
they were exposed.
What was the
by
invasion
British-
for?
Wait.
What was the invasion
Wait.
for?
Wait.
What was the invasion
Wait.
for?
Let me speak.
Yeah.
'cause I like
Sanjay,
to
listen
expose
now.
hypocrisy.
I'm not going to stand here and listen 2 hours of you, you know.
speaking like-
Because either you speak and I speak
I
after.
never see black idiot
Yes.
in my life. I
Back
never
up.
see black idiot in my life. You become like idiot, like a racist.
I beg your pardon?
supremacist, white
I beg your pardon?
They are
No,
people.
no, let's get serious with this now.
Anyway, let me
Sorry,
finish.
speak
Let me
first
finish.
and I speak after,
The
else I'm gonna
British
leave.
people, the
You
Americans,
speak first and I speak after that, we're going to leave.
Iraqis,
Okay.
The Iraqis were forced to leave. And alhamdulillah, like I say all the time, we don't generalize. The British people, even some of the government, were honest to expose what lots of British army, the soldiers, American soldiers were doing in Iraq. They were raping a man. They were raping women. Then you talk about Iraq is coming doing bad in this country, even though we don't accept bad, regardless. But don't have double standard. Don't become white supremacists.
Are you finished now?
Okay? So now
Are you finished
explain
now?
to me logically,
Are you finished now?
rationally- Explain to me logically, rationally.
Sure, sir.
How can you defend and justify?
I'm going to tell you
people
how.
going to this
I'm going to tell you how
country,
now.
Forcing them.
I'm going to tell you how
leave.
now.
Then when they come to their country,
I'm going to tell you
they
now.
ask them, what are you doing here?
I'm going to tell you now. You want to hear?
Go ahead.
Are you ready to hear now?
I was born already.
What was the nature of the conversation we had? Me and those guys. What was the nature of the conversation we
I
had?
can't believe it. He started with Saudi.
Focus on the come on. Samji, please. What was the nature of the conversation I had with those guys? Can I tell you what it was?
Go ahead.
This is what I believe. For every national who choose to leave or maybe by force to leave your country, and you choose to reside in a man's country, there's fundamental laws that you have to abide by in that man's country. The things you can't do in yours, don't try to do in somebody else's country.
That's right.
Now, the conversation was this. They hated everything that was around them. That was the conversation we had with them before the camera came. Yes, they had problems here, and they had problem. I say to them, if you are in a country that is 100% controlled by Islamic law, the fundamental rights of the people is upheld by the democracy of that system. You are living freely, no tax, enjoy land. Now, why would you travel, regards to what happened in your land, to come to a man's country and undermine the privilege of human rights there and try to go and rise against the government that provides you with the help you need? Why would you do it? That was the conversation.
Benefits you get on.
Sorry, that was my conversation with them. Yes, go ahead.
Let me correct you.
Yes, go ahead. No, correct. I'm telling you what conversation
Yeah,
was.
no problem. But,
Okay.
but to be honest, I don't believe you because I know, historically speaking, I know you from over a decade. And I witnessed when you lied against your own scripture. So the Iraqis... Allow me to finish.
Stick to the topic that we have.
I am going.
Okay. Stick to Iraq and what I said.
Now, the reason I mentioned that...
Samji, you know no match to who I am. Let me tell you from now. Don't go there.
And you can
Okay.
ask about the Anwar as well.
Okay.
So anyway,
We're talking about what the conversation was. Let's get it there.
The reason I mentioned that point for the people to understand
Yes.
that Shamsi is not digressing because I don't believe him that the brothers that he was speaking to, they disregard every law in this country or they against every law in this country. Okay, I don't believe that.
Were you there with the conversation?
No, I don't believe you.
Yeah, were you there? Were you there?
Allow me to
Were
finish.
you there?
Allow me to finish.
Were you there?
You're gonna allow me to
Were you
finish.
there?
Are you gonna allow me
Sorry,
to finish?
were you there?
Allow you to finish.
Were you there?
When you feel-
Were you there?
Allow me to finish.
Don't assume
I
things.
don't have to be there.
No.
I don't have to be there
No.
To know that you are a liar.
You- I'm a liar.
You're lied
Conversation
many times.
finished.
For
Conversation
instance,
finished.
lied.
Conversation finished.
How you telling people?
I'll say it again. I'll say it again. Can you like to talk about your voice? You have the right to respect the British authority and the law here.
Let me speak.
You come here,
Let me
you
speak.
owe yourself a life
Let me
here.
speak. Let me speak.
You abide by the
Let me
constitution of
speak.
the law
Let me
here.
speak. Let me speak.
If you don't like it,
Islam-
go home.
Let me speak Islamic.
And I said clear.
Islamically speaking,
England doesn't need people to change its democracy.
Islamic.
Straight up front.
What about Christianity?
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Does Christianity have a problem here?
Okay, wait.
Does Christianity have a problem here?
Wait.
Does Christianity have a problem here?
Yes, you have a problem here.
Where?
Because you have Bob here, and you have many Christian preachers here. Many Christian preachers here.
Yes.
When they say in this country clearly propagate the rules and the laws which go against the Bible. Do you respect that law that go against God's teaching?
They have the right to do so.
No, I said
That's democracy.
No, listen to me.
They have the right to do so.
No. Do you?
They have the right to do so. It's democracy.
Was that my question? That was my question.
Freedom of will and speech. They have the right, whether or not I like it or not, they have the right to do so.
Do you respect the law that British made?
What is that law?
Allow me to finish.
What is that law?
Allow me to finish.
Yes.
Allow me to finish.
What is that law?
Do you accept that law?
I want to hear this law.
That the British made that goes against God's teaching.
What is that law?
Do you respect it or not?
What is that law? No, what is the law?
Do you respect it?
What is the law for me to respect? What is the law? Please tell me.
I tell you.
Yes.
Wait.
I don't want to hear the lecture. Get to the point. What is the law? I'm not into the long talking. Whatever. What is the law?
Before I tell you.
No, hold on. Let me hear this. What is the law? What is the law?
Before I tell you which law, it's not. You see what it's about the law. So it's not about going against God.
It doesn't matter.
No.
Let me ask him a question.
What is it?
Yeah, you see God's first. That
What is
shows
it?
you His
Can
son
I
out
ask
His
a
own.
question?
That
What
shows
is
you
it?
He wants to please the white supremacists.
Which white supremacist?
You try to
What
please the white
What is it? What is the white supremacist?
Racist.
Sorry.
Okay, that's why it's going against the Bible.
Hold on.
Because we know there is many law in this country which go against God's
What is white
teaching.
supremacy?
For example,
What is white
LGBTQ
supremacy?
in this country?
What is white
man
supremacy?
allowed
What is
for females
supremacy?
to become a woman?
If there
Is
any law that go against God teaching.
He just like to talk.
No, I'm not saying.
He just like to talk. He just like to talk.
One after one.
I know you don't go against any law that is not
Brother,
against God teaching.
Samson just like to talk.
God lies first.
Samson has come down with facts.
Okay, I'll give you facts here.
What is the law? What is the law?
Allowing a man,
Yes.
and encouraging a man to give him free operation to become a woman. Is that good? Is that good?
That's not the law. What the hell?
It's not law. It's allowed. If you try to stop it, if you try to stop it, and it's a law. Wait. If you try,
Thank you very much. It is free will and by choice.
don't know, brother. You don't know.
You can't tell them. Oh, you mean no? Get away, Samson. What are you talking about? What rubbish you talking about?
Let me speak. You don't know about law.
What is this guy talking about?
What is the law then?
I'll tell you.
What is the law? What is the law?
What is the
So
law?
is the law. If you try.
What is the law? What is the law?
Allow me to speak.
What is the law?
Where's the law?
What is the law that constitutes that law?
Allow me to speak.
What is that law? What is the law? What is the law?
If a Christian preacher
Yes.
tries, if a Christian preacher
Yes.
or a Christian parents
Yes.
try to stop
Yes.
their child from
Yes.
becoming a woman,
Yes.
then they will the child has a right to take them to where?
What law are
To the
you
court.
talking about?
What law? What law?
It's a law.
What law?
Is that law?
What law?
That is the law.
What law?
Look,
What
it's
law?
the Bible.
What law? So, is that law in Britain?
It's in Britain, yeah.
No, sir. That's lie.
What is the law?
That's lie.
What is
Are
the
you mad,
law?
my friend? Get away, my friend.
You scared?
He's talking about America. Are you
I mean,
mad?
look.
What law in Britain allow a parents to take a child? Give me a break, Something stop from.
What law is what?
Which law in the act is that? What part of the act of the law is that?
Wait. Watch. Let us get it.
Yes, please.
Let me get it. Can the parents stop their child
Yes.
from becoming a gay or a woman? Let us see. They are
Hello? Hello?
Okay, huh?
So in 2000,
Wait.
Hello?
I'm actually telling you the law.
You don't tell me.
Because you don't
Hold a
know.
minute.
It's a law. There's a law.
There is a law against it.
There's
There is a law
against it, no.
against it. What
Sorry,
are you talking
sorry,
about?
sorry.
What is the law?
Sorry,
What are you talking
sorry.
about?
Here we go. I'm
Sorry.
gonna show you.
Sorry.
I'm gonna show you.
Is that
I'm
law,
gonna show
sorry,
you that go
is
against the
that
Bible.
law
It's going the Bible.
voted off the people by the people to be implemented?
No, I'm not asking you.
Sorry, I can't bother with you.
I'm asking if it's
You're wasting my time now,
Do you
man.
respect that
You just
law?
like to talk.
Do you respect
What
that
law?
I just told you you're acting like a dumb.
What law?
I know you act like a dumb when
Was it passed in Parliament?
It's been-
Was it passed in Parliament?
I'll show you, look.
Pass some from me.
Only if the child reach certain age.
Thank you very much.
When them can make them own.
Thank you very much.
Once the child are not
And not of age, I can't make that law.
No, above the age, I'm saying. No. Not under the age. If it's above the age, if it's above the age.
Hold on.
Above the age.
Excellent. Oh, hold on.
above the age. You said a child.
He has freedom.
You have the freedom.
That's what I'm saying.
So what the law? What law? So why you want to stop him?
Wait.
Why would you try to stop an adult?
So the British government.
Why would you want to stop an adult?
Wait.
Come on.
Okay.
Why would you want to stop an 18-year-old who wants to choose to be a man or woman?
Wait. Is that law? Wait, brother, let me speak. Is that law?
Yeah, come.
Okay. Is it
You
allowed?
start from Iraq,
Look,
you go on here, you go on there.
According to
can't
law,
believe- I can't
law,
believe this.
if you're an adult,
I don't have the
you're allowed
strength
to become
for
man,
this
become a
type of
woman.
stuff.
And they go against the
You know what I
private
mean?
teaching. Do you respect that law?
What's law?
Chicken and burger, bro. You're taking a mic. Because you know, expose him, alhamdulillah. See,
Expose who?
this man is a slave
Expose
of
him.
the white supremacists. That's why I defended them. Yes, you are.
And I'm very
You
proud.
are. You
And I'm
are.
very proud.
You're so proud about
And
it.
I'm very proud.
You're very proud.
I'm
to
very
be
proud.
slave of the white
Sorry,
supremacists.
no.
You see,
no.
that's why
I'm
when you
very
say Islam,
proud. Sorry.
You become a slave of Allah.
Sorry.
Not the slave of the rest of people.
Sorry. Are you finished
That's
now?
it.
Are you finished now?
Islam is a proud
Listen to me.
to be slave
Before you go to further,
of the white
can I answer you now?
That's it.
Sorry.
Finished.
I am
Take care of
very
yourself.
proud
Bye-bye.
to be a part of the
That's
British
it. Bye-bye.
establishment.
Take care of
You only talk something. Talk.
Why you
Talk too much.
running?
I run.
Where you came?
I hit
came
the
with
rock.
questions.
Stupid boy.
He came with a question.
Wait.
Zero answers.
You know what happened? I don't want to destroy Shamsina, my friend. I said something little boy.
You know what? You know
What is
when
that
he,
man?
you know when he talk about
You
the
sound
double
stupid.
standard.
So stupid.
You sound stupid.
What is this? Sorry, the guy moved from Iraq, war of mass destruction. Then he got, how does an 18-year-old who comes of age after want to have a section, the law stops him? That's an adult teenager, my friend.
I'm not into calling people names.
Hello.
It's disrespectful.
If this is what sorry, I spoke to those Iraqi guys on one condition. Listen what it is. And I said to every migrant individual in England, if you have leave the land of your birth, regardless of what genocidal war that is there, and you choose to migrate across the channel, to come into a democratic country, a built system for the people and that nation, it is under law by right. You need to respect the law of the land you're living in.
But the thing is, some of them don't.
Well, okay. Now, if me at the hand, you get deportation. Leave the country. Leave the country. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Look how hypocritical it is now. Everybody's sailing a boat to English Channel. Why haven't I heard anybody on the desert to Saudi Arabia? UAE, Dubai, Qatar, Yemen, Dubai. Nobody is going to those countries for asylum seeking.
There's no work there. There's no work there.
Sorry. Why you don't raise a Palestinian flag in Dubai?
Not only that.
No. Because the act of humanity is upon us, which we were voted and fought for the democratic right to have the freedom of expression and the act of human rights. You are taking liberty of human rights.
All over the
Am I in your way?
Can you raise an Iraqi flag in Qatar?
you tell him.
Can you raise an Iraqi
tell
flag?
him.
Ask the question. Can you raise an Iraqi flag in Yemen? Can you?
Can you raise a
There's
flag?
10 million
Sorry.
Christians in Egypt.
The life they can't live in their own country, they think they can come here and destroy people to live it here.
freedom here. The freedom they have.
I say to you, sir.
The freedom
I say to
they
you,
have
sir.
here.
You travel.
Travel the world.
The freedom.
You are a
the
bigot.
freedom
Shamsi come here with him.
Muslims have
Let me tell you
here.
something. I don't want to finish Shamsi, you know.
Don't have
Politically mad in his head.
20 countries.
I don't like that.
the freedom that the Muslims have here. We don't have it.
Shamsi like to hear his own voice.
We don't. So our church in Muslim
Sorry.
You come here.
Sorry.
You build
Sorry. Can I ask a question? I'm going to ask this gentleman, before the crowd.
Let me ask you a
Okay, I'm just
question.
asking before you ask me one.
Ask me of your question.
Name me all the Islamic country you can raise a Palestinian or Iraqi flag into.
Listen, let me ask you a question.
Answer the
I don't want to know
Hold
that.
on.
Baba.
Listen, have you been to North Africa?
Oh,
Have you been to North Africa?
okay. But you can walk Parliament Square and raise Palestinian flag here.
Why don't you just listen?
But so, listen, my friend, get away with him, the stupid
You're
here.
an ignorant person.
You're asking you how much country you travel. Listen to what?
If you don't listen,
I asked you a simple question. Name me all the countries you can bring a Palestinian flag to in the
It's
UAE.
about giving and taking, brother.
We are not going to take bullcrap. Okay? We will not take the bullcrap. Anybody that migrates to England, if you don't like the country, go home.
Never trouble the world.
Give me-
When you trouble the world, you become an open person. You become a
My friend,
a universal.
my friend, my friend,
You have knowledge.
my friend.
You have culture. You become a
Where was
you are not,
World
you're a
Cup?
bigot.
Where was
You
the World
never
Cup?
Left your home.
Where was the World Cup?
That's what it is.
Was in Qatar. Where was the World Cup?
Qatar.
Do you know in Qatar during the World Cup, nobody flag was raised there. from their own country there? All the Muslim country that are sold Islamically, why you can't raise your own flag in the UAE?
I understand where you're coming from.
Oh no, but you have humps for England.
Listen.
Because the people here are very softy and touchy. Don't underestimate Europeans, my friend. Yeah? Don't underestimate Europeans. Yeah? Remember, 90% of the people who are here, they can't return back home because you're killing asylum against your country. And number two, your document is at the Home Office. Be careful of the things you do, my friend. Yeah? Trust me, my friend. Don't blame England because there are a lot of slave trade in Middle East. Lots of killing in the Middle East. Okay? Don't blame, don't do that. Cast the beam out of your own eye before you look at somebody else, my friend.
I understand where you're coming from, and you understand where Shamsi are coming from.
Shamsi is coming from. Hold on. Go ahead.
What Shamsi are saying is there are some people that leave their own country because of political war and violence in their country.
Yes.
So they have to leave their country
And go where? And go
come into the UK
No.
for a better life.
No.
Now listen.
No.
So when they come into the UK for a better life,
Yeah.
they don't abide by the law.
So why do they come?
You know, listen.
Yeah.
They don't. Some of them, not all. Some of them
Yeah.
don't abide
Yes.
by the law of the government.
Yes.
You understand?
What
And
makes them
you
go to break the law?
And you have to abide by the law of the government.
Yes.
And God law.
Yes.
Because there's two law. And
Okay.
to keep God law, if you're keeping God law,
I'm still here, bro.
then you're
I'm
then
still here, bro.
will
The
keep
guy
the
who
law
never
of the
listen.
country. But what Shams is saying now, some people come in the UK and they are trying to change the law of the country and force their own law. That's what you're saying.
Okay.
But what Shams are saying is not all of them are like that.
No, the question we need to ask ourselves.
Said not all of them are like that.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but he needs
so,
to-
what he upset with is when you ask the question.
I have to ask him.
Why they are doing here.
Can I ask a
Why?
question?
Because I come from here too.
Hold on.
There's no war between you and
Hold on.
Because
No.
it's all about peace.
This is
No.
what. Hold on.
Go on.
This is what he created.
So I understand where you're coming
The
from.
conversation was
And I
this,
understand where Shamsi
and I'm going to say this loud for the public hearing.
Go on.
Did you know that in the UAE, there's no tax law? There's no tax law in the UAE. Now, why would you leave a country where there's no tax law to come to Great Britain on a boat, to stay in a council flat for 20 years without a stay, yeah? And then end up having a job to pay 45% VAT to the government here?
I would say because of the Barcelona agreement.
My brother, when you migrate to a man's country, regardless to what happens in your country, you travel as a patriot to bear in mind that the hands that feeds you respect it. The liberty that you fight, that you have here for free, was fought for by many. This country, if you know the history of England, they did went on a persecution. Churchill fought many wars with Hitler. This was a bombarded town, I'm telling you. If you don't accept the culture of the country, if you don't like the constitution of the country or democracy, leave. Don't stay here and make yourself unhappy, my friend. Go home. If you're in a marriage, and you, hold on. If you're in a marriage and your wife don't love you anymore, sorry, and she don't want you at the house anymore, she tell you the kids are not yours. At the end of the test, are you still staying in the marriage?
Is there good and bad in Christianity?
What is bad in
Is
Christianity?
there good and bad? Is there good people?
Everything that the Bible
Christian.
teaches is right, but men choose to make choices to do bad
Answer the
things.
question.
Yeah, but I
Is
tell
there
you.
good or bad people in Christianity?
Yep, I wouldn't say Christian people,
All right, let me
good
answer
and
the
bad.
question, because
Good.
you're not answer.
Yes.
They have some Christians are good. I have some Christians are bad.
Yeah.
Let me talk about the park.
Yes.
If you go in the park, you have two ladies walk around disrespecting Islam and like you point finger on them.
Yeah.
Most of them is not doing the teaching of Yeshua. Tell them how to change. They are bad Christians in this
But at the
park.
same time, they have a choice.
No, they have good Muslim.
Yeah.
And you have bad Muslim.
Really?
But yes, you have good Muslim and you have bad Muslim.
At least you're honest to say
Not all
it.
people are bad.
That's at least you're honest to say it.
No, it's same in Christianity, same with all people.
Yes.
You have some Muslim practice wrong, and you have some Muslim practice right.
But- yeah.
Me, Muslim is Islam is a beautiful religion. But you have some people make Islam to seem bad when it's not bad. So what Shamsi was saying is, it's not all Muslim. doing these things.
Sorry.
Not all
Sorry.
Muslims. Because you have some Muslims can come to this country and they abide by God's law and they abide by the law of God. And you have some don't.
But what law?
Same
What
Christianity.
law? I'm asking, what law are they adopting here?
Same.
What law? Because I tell you why, what law?
Yeah.
This Shams, the same brothers we have here, nearly stab him up and kill him in a shepherd's bush. It's same Shia, same Sunni brother.
I'm saying to you, you have good people.
They nearly kill him in what I'm saying, what is the law we're talking about?
I'm saying, all right.
Because
let me tell you the law.
is it Islamic law? Is it the law of the land? What is the law we're fighting for?
Both law. No, both law. Watch both law. If you keep if you keep God's law, then it will be more easy for you to keep the law of the land.
Let me tell you why you can't do that.
Of course I can.
Let me tell you what happened.
If you keep God's law,
if you're a Muslim,
it will be more easy
hold on.
you have to keep law of God.
Hold on.
There is one law that we have to keep that stand over everything. And once you do this law, one is what Yahshua said, is to love God with all your heart and all your soul.
Yeah.
And the next one is like this: love your neighbor as you love yourself. Love one another. That's the law.
Yeah.
If you keep that law,
Yeah.
then it will be more easy for you to keep the law of the land.
But why is it difficult?
Therefore,
Why is it difficult?
It should be no. It should
Yeah,
be
but why is it
no
so
problem
difficult?
between you and Shamsi.
Yeah, but why is it so difficult
Because-
for him to love his
because
neighbors
the problem
himself?
All right, let me show you something.
Why?
Let me show you something.
Yeah.
I am a Muslim, yeah?
Yeah.
And if one Muslim do something bad, yeah, and a Christian curse that Muslim, do you know that Christian curse me too? Because I am a Muslim? If this man is a Muslim and he done something bad and I am a Muslim, yeah? You know, whatever he done bad and become a Muslim too, they judge me for it too.
Yes.
That's what I realize.
Okay.
That's what I realize. So therefore, there's good and bad in everybody, every race. There's good and bad.
Are you finished now?
Yeah, there's good and
All
bad.
right. Can I say this to the
Yes,
bit?
good and
Can
bad.
I say this to the benefit?
In religion,
If you are subjected to a God,
you know,
that God defines himself in a way that you need to act in a certain way according to the word.
yes,
The Bible, Christian Bible calls us to love our neighbor as ourselves
Right.
and to love God with all our heart.
Yes.
If a man doesn't know how to love, he doesn't know God.
that's what you are saying. That's what you're
Because
saying.
love comes from God.
You're saying
That's straightforward.
some Christians and some Muslims love people, some don't.
But
Vice
why?
versa.
Why they don't?
And I mean vice versa.
Why they don't?
Don't know.
I'll tell you why they don't.
I don't know.
Because
You know?
man still stuck in religion. You still have not find God. You can be a part of religion, but you still you don't find God. Until you find God. The problem with religion, everybody's stuck in religion, but can't find God.
This conversation isn't just about borders, it's about the deeper values that define where people feel safe and free. When people fleeing hardship choose Christian nations over Islamic ones, it sparks a question the world can't ignore. Whether you agree or not, the truth demands reflection. So, if this debate challenged your thinking, hit that subscribe button for more thought-provoking content. And don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about it.